Last summer, I was in fucking debt. No money in my bank account, I was in minus. And then in a matter of months, I went from doing zero money to a few thousand, 5K, 10K, 20K, and now doing 30K a month across all websites with digital products. And the single best method that I have used on this journey was utilizing fear and doubt in order to win. And today I'm gonna talk about it. So on the left side, you have me being dead fucking broken in my bank account, no money, in minus, and then in a matter of months, scaling to 10K, 15, 20K, and then 30K a month. So what is doubt? Doubt is basically your primal survival mechanism instilled by God himself in order to stop you from partaking in some big kind of risk that you're adverse in your life. Now, that's a ton of fucking words, but I hope you understood it. So, what is my story regarding doubt? So when I started with e-commerce, when I was building like my second, I think website, when I built my second website, I was feeling fucking doubtful that it's gonna work. Like I would lay down in bed and I would feel anxious that I'm not gonna get any sales from it. And why is that? Because I felt doubt that I did a shit job. My own brain was telling me that I did such a bad job that it doesn't think I'm gonna get any results from it. And that's what doubt is in business. If you don't use doubt, you're gonna fail. It's a simple equation. If you don't use doubt the right way, you're gonna fail. But if you confront doubt, you're gonna win. And I'm gonna explain to you what that means in a second. So why is it important? In business, doubt is basically like telling you that you did a shit job in some step that you partook in. So let's say you're doing B2B sales. If you're doing cold calls or like email outreach, and whenever you send that fucking email or whenever you call that customer or client or lead and you feel doubtful that it's gonna work, that you're gonna close him, that's doubt telling you that you're doing a shit job. So let's say you're doing an email and you wanna send it, but you feel doubtful that it's not gonna close them. It's probably because you wrote a shit email. I'm gonna explain to you how you can tackle that problem. So how do you detect it? With whatever you do, if you feel a bit of doubt or anxiousness, it's not going to work, that's doubt. That's how you detect it. And I'm going to explain to you how do you actually confront it in the right way in order to win. So there's a simple fucking thing in business, and in order to succeed in business, you just have to stack small wins. Like over a long period of time, if you stack small wins, you're gonna win in the end. Like if you just keep winning on a small scale, eventually you're gonna win on a big scale, and eventually you're gonna get exponential results. And in order to maximize your winning potential, you need to confront doubt. If you ignore doubt, you're gonna fail. If you confront doubt, you're gonna win. It's a simple fucking equation, but it's really important. And I need you to instill this mindset in you. You need to understand this, because if somebody told me this mindset back when I was doing like B2B sales, I'd probably not be doing e-commerce right now. I'd probably be having a cybersecurity company selling services to people all around the world, because this mindset shift is so powerful. You probably don't understand it yet, but it's so fucking powerful, and I hope I'm gonna transfer this knowledge to you in a correct way so that you use it immediately. So how do you fucking confront doubt? The first step, you need to actually understand and stop and think for once in your life with the step that you're partaking in that moment. So let's say you're building a website and you want to host it and push it out to the people that you want to sell it to, and you feel doubted it's not gonna bring you any sales. Don't fucking push that website. Stop and think for once in your fucking life. Don't be an NPC. Stop and think. Why is this happening? It's probably happening because you did a shit job, and your brain knows that. Brain is not that dumb that it doesn't know that you did a shit job. It's trying to warn you. So the next step is you need to write down what feels off. So let's say in my case, when I made that website, when I understood this mindset shift, and when I came back to that website to fix it, I was like going line by line of copy and thinking, why does this feel off? And then I wrote it down in my notes app. So the headline feels off. I'm not speaking to the customer directly. I'm not using enough emotionally triggering words in my copy. I'm not converting people well because let's say my product images was bad, and I wrote down everything that I think that feels off about my website, which is not gonna bring me any sales. And that's what I wrote down. That's the second step. Write down everything that you feel that is shitty in your like product, website, email, or cold call script, whatever. You need to write it down. So back when I was doing like cold call sales, like 2 to 3 years ago, I wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning with my friend from school, and we would hop on Skype. And because we didn't have like SIM cards, we would hop on Skype because it was pretty fucking cheap to call America with Skype. And I would call these Americans with like my sleepy voice. I was not pronouncing things correctly. I was using the wrong terminology. I wasn't having a good script for closing. I didn't have a good hook. I didn't have good personalized scripts. It was fucking terrible. But I was cold calling, and I got some experience from that. But if I had this mindset shift back then, like 2 to 3 years ago, I'd probably not be doing ecom. I would probably be doing B2B. Like, this is so fucking powerful. If I went back to that like time and period with this knowledge, I would stop cold calling. I would like with my friends sit down and write down everything that feels shitty about my copy, about my cold call script. So let's say my hook was bad. I write down the hook is bad because X and X. And then my personalization is not good enough. So how do you fix that? How do you fix personalization? You go on fucking LinkedIn, you go on Google, you search for the guy that you're calling, you search for his company, you search for his like latest achievements. What did he do like a few weeks ago? Maybe he won a competition. Maybe his company won a competition. Maybe they hired 10 new fucking employees. That's all personalization for your cold call script. That's a fucking example, like what I would do in that situation. And then go bit by bit. Whatever feels off, write it down. So the third fucking step is you need to write down the steps to fix it. Whenever you feel doubtful and you write down the things that you feel shitty about, you need to write down the steps to fix it. In your brain, you probably have solutions to every fucking problem you have in your life right now. So let's say you walk down the street and you find a fat guy. You ask him, what's the solution to you being fat? He's gonna tell you, oh, I just need to eat less and go to the gym. That's fucking correct. That's correct. And you have these solutions in your brain with whatever you're doing right now. So let's say you're building a website and you know that it's shitty. You know that the copy is shitty, your product images are bad. You know the solution to these problems. Let's say your copy is bad. The solution to that problem, if you're a beginner, is find a course, find some guy that writes down good copy and learn from him. If you have bad product images, the solution is to find better ones. Make your own ones. Use ChatGPT to make product images. Like, there's so many fucking solutions in your brain right now, probably, but you just feel so fucking lazy. You're a fucking lazy guy and don't have any responsibility in your life to actually do the steps to fix shit in your life. That's what was bothering me for the whole time when I was broke. I was the same. I was fucking lazy. I knew the solution to my problem was to work and to focus on the right things and kill my distractions. But I felt so fucking lazy that I didn't do it. And I feel so bad about myself back then when I think about it, that I was such a lazy fuck that I didn't do anything about my life to fix it. But right now, I can tell you that this is the most important mindset shift you can instill right now. It's so fucking powerful. You can implement it in anything that you're doing in life. Let's say you're going to the gym and you're a skinny guy and you want to build a good body for the summer. And you're going to the gym every day, you're doing the shit, you're doing the workouts. But at the end of the day, when you lay down in bed, you feel that anxiousness that you're not gonna do it, you're not gonna make it. Why is that? You need to write down the shit. Why do I feel anxious that I'm not gonna build a good body? So you go step by step. Maybe you don't eat enough food. Maybe you eat shit food. Maybe you don't train hard enough in the gym. Maybe you're not doing any improvements when it comes to like the weights. You're not pushing yourself harder every day. You're not being consistent enough. Maybe you have bad sleep. Like, there's so many fucking things that probably make you anxious right now about the shit that you're doing. You just don't recognize it yet. You need to write that shit down. You need to write down the steps to fix it. And then the 4 steps, you need to repeat this cycle, this process, until you feel no doubt. The best outcome of this situation is you feeling 100% confident in whatever you're doing that's gonna sell, that's gonna get you results. So let's say you're doing B2B sales, you're doing cold outreaches. If you don't feel 100% confident in the service that you're offering, that you want to sell, you're never gonna fucking sell it. I understand this concept perfectly because I was in that situation. I had a good service, but I wasn't feeling 100% confident in myself that I'm gonna sell the service and it's gonna bring good results to my clients. And that's one of the things that stopped us. That's one of the things that I didn't understand back then. Try and reminisce back on it in the past. If I knew this mindset shift, it would be a bit different fucking story. Maybe I wouldn't be doing ecom at all right now. So that's how important this is. And I really hope that you take this with fucking accountability and you take this seriously to actually learn about doubt and fear, and that you actually become one with the doubt. How fucking corny that sounds, but like you need to actually like confront doubt every day of your life with whatever you're doing, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's business or like gym or whatever. You need to confront doubt. That's the last fucking step. You need to follow me on Instagram, and I hope we can connect, we can share some value, and I hope this video helped you guys. Have a nice fucking day.